Hey gang, Matt from Easy Breakouts, about to start another current market trend review, but before I do, just wanted to mention that if you find this video helpful, be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. Also, you can view additional videos by visiting our YouTube channel. Alright, let's hop into our analysis. So across the board, another strong day, adding on to the gains that we saw on last week Thursday, where we hit a new all-time high. So again, another new all-time highs across the board here. We saw the crude hanging up near those 54 resistance points. We saw the gold bouncing a little bit off of the 1220s and the bonds kind of sideways action. We'll see all of this on the charts, but as always, taking a look at the S&P 5s on the daily chart. So here we are, folks. We're talking about that breakout that occurred a couple of days back, right over the 2300s. We're continuing to build on this, and folks, what we're seeing across the board is just breakouts are continuing to work. But even though we are hitting historic all-time highs, just keep in mind, always keep in mind, where are those points down below that we need to be careful of. And again, now that we've broken out, now the whole process starts again. If you ever find yourself below 2300s, that's your first warning sign. And then start looking at previous areas of support. So right here at the 2290s, 2270s, I think the 2260s, and down here at the 2230s. So if you look at this on a daily chart, right, you can see that if you start breaking some of these levels, like this is the 2290, this would be the 2270s, 2260s, right? If you ever found yourself down below here, that chart wouldn't look very good. That would signal actually potentially a lot of sellers up and above this area and not a lot of buyers. So again, watch these areas down below. Even though breakouts are working, everything is looking fine, we always want to know where our sell stop should be and where we should maybe potentially be de-risking as market environments change on us. Let's go over to the NASDAQ here. And so on the NASDAQ, again, another new to all-time high, and here we have that relative strength just ripping higher here. And we've been mentioning how the NASDAQ really had a change in trend right about the beginning of the year. That's where we saw this relative strength start to perk up here. And we saw some of these bigger cap tech names like the Amazon, Apple, Google all start to lift higher, and here we are continuing this trend that we've been seeing here for the better part of the first couple of months here. So keep an eye on that. This is where we are seeing that leadership. In terms of the Russell 2000, we are getting very close to potentially breaking out here as well. And remember, the Russell was the first one to lead us out of the gate, coming out of that November Trump bump there, that election rally. And so we are going to be looking for this to hit new all-time highs, and we're going to have all four of the major indices up into new all-time highs, which would be a good thing. All right, as we move over to our commodities here, taking a look at the bonds. So one of the things I had mentioned to our trading room here for the bonds is, well, on Wednesday and Thursday, we had started to see this kind of perk up intra-evening here and intraday into new highs. We saw that fade away right down below, and so that's kind of like seemingly a bit at this point like a bit of a false breakout. So again, that just indicates there's still some sellers there. The bonds were not able to break away and move up very much higher. So still some sellers, and we're back into this range. So still a little bit of range-bound action here on the bonds. Taking a look at the crude, you can see here that we've been testing, again, the highs and the lows. So a lot of range-bound action, but folks, just understand that once we break out, we're going to pick a direction, whether that's up above the 54s or down below the 51s. That is generally the way you want to position your directional bias, is with this breakout either way, as we formed a very big balance or range at this point. And then finally taking a look at the GCs, the gold contract here. So we had a little bit of resistance nearing these 1250s, sold off down to 1220s. That's kind of that area we found support off of over the last couple of weeks. Now trading up into the 1230s. And so folks, at this point here, I think we might just mark time, just kind of back and fill right underneath these 1250s before we make another attempt up and over these areas. And then finally moving on to the stocks. So folks, we've been mentioning how the markets have been breaking out into new high grounds, and we see across the board breakouts in individual stocks. So just to kind of give you an example, some of the stocks that we've been watching, here's one of the ones that we took a trade on just a few days ago. This is SBGI, Sinclair Broadcasting Group. We actually took this trade like right over these 34s. You can see that there's a bit of a trend line there. There's definitely a cup with handle in this region, breaking out nice volume. Let's just see what the intradays look like here, right? So yesterday we took these trades right around this region, and it had a nice close to the day, another nice close to today as well. So Friday, this had a nice move, taking out some of our profit targets. And folks, these are how we want to treat these breakouts. You want to scale out of them, hold on to a little bit for a runner, and then see how far this stock can go. Another one that pulled back today, but it's been running for quite some time, was this EXEL. We took this right over the 19s here, and that was up at one point in time almost like 18% on the day. So folks, we're seeing some of these really nice breakouts. Here's another one, TDOC, continuing this move. We saw this little high handle breakout right here, and that's continuing to close up near the highs of the day. Another one was the ServiceNow NOW. This one was a kind of a double bottom breakout right here, and then it formed a high handle right on top. So folks, again, these breakouts, that's what we're tracking. That's always has been, always will be the game plan. And again, just think about where these are coming from, right? Best relative strength stocks out there, breaking out of recognizable chart patterns. So folks, other than that, wishing everyone a great trading day ahead. Keep on the lookout for these breakouts and join us for our next market trend review. Hey, by the way, if you haven't done so already and you're liking the analysis, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And as a reminder, you can also view additional videos by visiting our YouTube channel. Or if you'd like to find out more about easy breakouts, go ahead and click that show more right above the comments section to find out more about easy breakouts. But other than that, have a great trading day ahead, and may the trend be with you. Take care, everyone.